What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope all you're having a great day today. Getting into this episode of GH, I enjoyed this episode. Honestly, I have to be honest. I love me some Laura. Y'all know I do. I was so mad when she talked Jordan out of that resignation. I said, no, Laura. This is the answer to our prayers. This is what we need. I need her ass removed from the commissioner position. I mean, I understand where Laura comes from. I mean, she got a big heart. She loves to give second chances to people. I get it. And she can sympathize with Jordan on why her and Taggart did what they did back in the day to Cyrus. I get that. But she got to think with a political mind. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure at some point Laura's going to run for re-election as mayor. I don't think she's going to step down. I think she's going to run for another term. And when you do, you don't want your opponent to bring up the fact that you had a commissioner who did criminal things and you kept her on as commissioner, because her opponent is likely going to use that against her in the next re-election. We all know that. If the writers write that. Me personally, if push came to shove, I would have wrote that type of storyline. I'm just saying. Because that would have been realistic. But even though, the show doesn't really do realistic too much, but still, I would have wrote that. Because I think it would have been good material, but that's just me. But I think Jordan should have resigned. I think she should resign, honestly. Because once this hits the public, Laura thinks that the public is going to be sympathetic towards Jordan. They're going to understand. Well, yes and no. It's a crapshoot. You don't know what the public's going to think. You don't know what, and that's your constituents. You know what I mean? But Jordan's going to stay on. But, Jordan felt like, what? If I get compromised again, then I will resign. No question. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I do agree. Everybody does deserve second chances. But I can't totally blame Jordan because I got to think about the writers. I'm like, writers, y'all dropping the ball on the PCPD, making them look all inferior. I don't like that, but I guess I get it. Because Laura pretty much put it out there that, Cyrus's organization has crumbled. His people have scattered. He's basically powerless at this point. But we all know we have not seen the last of Cyrus Renault. We definitely have not. That man gonna be cooking up some schemes. So anyway, moving on from that. Elizabeth. Poor Liz. I ain't even gonna say poor Liz. Poor my ass. That was some stupid stuff that she did. This whole cover-up is so dumb. Like, seriously. And it was so creepy seeing that vision of Peter coming out of the service elevator or whatever. He came out looking creepy and scary as shit. I was like, he looked like he was something from Pet Sematary. You know how they be taking, y'all seen the movie Pet Sematary. They take them dead people and dead animals to that Pet Sematary and they come back looking all like zombies and shit. That's how Peter was looking. I was like, okay, he could be in the new Pet Sematary movie. I heard they coming out with another one, so he could definitely be lead. With the makeup that they put on him, he looked dead. So I could definitely see, even though Wes Ramsey is done on the show right now, I can definitely see Peter as the villain that comes back, to raise some hell every now and then. I can see it. But this was foolish on Liz's part. Like, did she even think about the ramifications if she gets caught, if the truth comes out? Like, she's facing some serious jail time, prison time. You know what I mean? Like, did she think about her kids and what's going to happen to them? Like, I'm pretty sure Laura would take the kids in and stuff, but still, it's like, them kids done been through enough. And they might have to go through a trial and everything else when the truth comes out, because we all know at some point it's going to come out that, Liz helped cover up, Peter's death. And I feel like Finn needs to just, he should have just told the truth. But, the longer you wait, the worse the ramifications are going to be. Because you know how judges are. They be like, well, you're an adult. You got your own mind. You weren't coerced. You weren't forced. So you could have came to us whenever you felt like it. So I just feel like this is going to be bad. Then on top of that, she tried to steer Anna away from, the service elevator to the basement where Helena had her little secret lab. She was trying to keep Anna from going down there, trying to steer her away from there. So, because Anna wasn't, backing down. Anna was like, oh, I'm going to find me another way down here. And, Liz had to think quick. She was like, he could have got away from on a helicopter or whatever. Liz was trying to come up with whatever scenario she could to get Anna the hell away from that service elevator. By telling her, oh, he could have got away on a helicopter because the helipad right there. So, Anna was like, all right, let me make a phone call or whatever. And she found out that, there was a helicopter near there the day that Peter, went missing or whatever. But it never landed. So now she needs to find that pilot or whatever who drove the helicopter. So Elizabeth got a reprieve for right now, but Liz better do better than this if you want to cover this thing up. Because my thing is, once you do a cover up, you really got to go all the way with it. Because after you start the cover up process, there is no telling the truth at this point. You know what I mean? It's like once you tell a lie this big, you got to kind of keep it going. But we all know where it's going to go. We've seen cover ups a million times on these shows. And they always came to light. So Liz about to, Liz, you're going to need a good attorney when this is all over because you might meet Big Sally. I'm telling you, you're going to be up in there 24-hour lockdown. Keep it up. So anyway, moving on from that. And you know what they do to pretty women like Elizabeth in them prisons now. They see a cute little fresh face like that coming up in there. Woo-wee. Them girlies going to be on her. You better protect your ass. I'm just saying. Like, protect everything. Them big girls going to get on you. You better back it up. You see how they tried Alexis when she first got up in here. Liz better be careful. So anyway, I love the scene with Trina and Jocelyn. They happy about going to college and stuff in the fall and all that. Jocelyn even got the all clear to do her volleyball training and stuff. She got the clear. She's been cleared to start training at PCU with their volleyball team. So that's pretty good, because I know Eden McCoy in real life, she loves playing volleyball and stuff. I believe she's on a team in real life too. So that's pretty dope how they incorporated that with her character. I think it's pretty hot. But you know what? Trina, again, was the sounding board because she wanted Jocelyn to have a conversation with Cameron because they're all going to be going to the same school. And she wanted, she wanted to leave all the drama that they had with each other. She wanted to leave that in high school, leave that in the past. Don't bring it to PCU, and I get it. Don't bring all that old baggage to a new school. I get it. She wants this to be a new chapter for all of them. And I definitely agree with Trina on that. I definitely agree. I think that's exactly what they should do. Leave that old baggage at their high school. Don't bring that. So Jocelyn was like, yeah, she gonna talk to her or whatever. And get that cleared up and whatnot. And it was cool that they were trying on their, their graduation gowns and all the stuff that they're looking forward to in college. I remember that, what I'm saying? Like being in high school, getting ready to graduate and you getting ready to start college and stuff. Cause it's such a different world, just like the TV show, a different world. It's like a whole new chapter and it's refreshing. College isn't for everybody, but the experience is really fun. I dealt with that experience more than once. And it's actually an amazing experience, going into the college campus, eating your lunch there, the classes, the professors, it's pretty fun, it could be an amazing experience. So I'm glad that they're happy about it and they're looking forward to it. Shout out to all the graduates who graduated this year. From pre-K, kindergarten, whatever, 6th grade, 7th grade, wherever you're graduating from, whatever grade, congrats to everybody. Hell, congrats to the parents. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got y'all kids through this. So congrats to y'all too. Have a margarita, celebrate. You get a summer of, relaxation now, hopefully. If you want some real relaxation, send the kids off to camp. I'm just saying. Like, if you want some real me time. So anyway, moving on from that, I love me some Obrecht. Obrecht is all about protecting her Britta, and I'm so happy about that. She tried to warn Britta about Peter and stuff because, see, this is why I'm pissed off about this lie that Elizabeth and Finn are telling, because they know the truth. about Peter, and you're making people keep looking over their shoulders and stuff like that when they don't really have to. But Britt ain't worried though, because Obrecht was trying to warn her, like, Peter's still out there. Jason might not be able to save you next time. And Britt, she ain't got a worry in the world. Britt was like, I'm good. I ain't worried about him. Britt was like, I'm good over here. She was like, ain't nobody worried about, Peter and stuff like that. Because Britt figured that Peter wouldn't return anyway. He's going to be a marked man. Not only is Jason people, going to get him, but the PCPD are looking for him. She felt like he'd be a fool to come back. But, Obrecht was pissed because she was like, I'm not taking no chances. You know what I'm saying? She's willing to protect her daughter. So Jason ended up going to the restaurant or whatever because one of his shipments didn't go through or whatever. So he trying to figure that out. And Obrecht showed up to the restaurant to talk to him about Peter and stuff like that. And, Jason was like, shit, I got my people looking for him. Because she feels like she can't trust Anna to take care of Peter, as in kill him. Because she figures Anna's just probably going to have him prosecuted or whatever. And that's not good enough for Obrecht. She want him taken care of permanently, eliminated. And she knows that Jason would do it with no hesitation. So then they start talking about Britt and, Obrecht being a mom. She wanted to know what Jason's intentions were with her daughter. I said, look at Jason. Look at Jason bonding with his mother-in-law. I said, go ahead. He was sitting there bonding with his future mother-in-law. I said, that's what I'm talking about, Jason. Get to know your mother. Get to know your mother-in-law. That's what I'm talking about. I loved it. I totally loved it. Like, she was just bonding. And the thing is, Carly was asking him questions again about Britt. And every time Carly started asking him questions about Britt, he'd tell her a little something, but then they'll get interrupted. And that's exactly what happened. So when Carly went to the hospital, go drop off some paperwork or pick up some paperwork or whatever for Jocelyn, she bumped into Britt. And, she thanked Britt or whatever for saving Jason. Then they started talking about what's going on between them or whatever. Because Britt, she was like, I know you want to know or whatever. I think Carly really wants to know, like, can Britt handle Jason's lifestyle? I think that's really what Carly wants to know. Because he already dealt with women who couldn't really handle his lifestyle. And him and Sam recently broke up because Sam no longer could handle the lifestyle because of the kids. So she wanted to know if that's going to be an issue basically for Britt. Britt, I don't think she has any illusions about what's going on between her and Jason or whatever. I think, with her illness and stuff, with the markers and all that for Huntington's disease, I think she just wants to enjoy life. Her and Jason are just getting to know each other more. They're enjoying each other's company. That's what I really think it's about. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's just really enjoying him and he's enjoying her. I don't think they have any real expectations of each other so far. I think they're just enjoying the moment, living in the moment. And I think that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Why put labels on stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like, clearly they like each other a lot. And I think they're just going with the flow, seeing where things go. And I think that's a good thing. Why rush things, But I think what Carly was what Carly was basically asking her was a fair question. But I think Carly at this point should kind of back off of it and, let Jason and Britt do them. You know what I mean? I understand she wants to be the good friend that looks out for her friend. I can respect that. But it's like, fall back. If Jason needs some advice or he wants to come to you and talk to you about it, then he will. But I think she knows that Jason probably never would. That's why she feels the need to be blunt and just ask. Because we know how Jason is. He ain't going to go to Carly and be like, so let me talk to you about Britt. No, Carly pretty much has to get it out of him. But at this point, I think she should just, let these two people see where it go. They're enjoying each other. Why not? She's just looking forward to what, Britt just looking forward to what comes next between them. So anyway, moving on from that, Finn finally got a clue. So Finn is finally figuring out what could be the problem and why he can't save Chase. Because he ran 2 DNA tests and both of them came back that he was the dad. But he's thinking that Cyrus messed with those tests. So now he's running a third DNA test. And Gregory wanted him to figure out a new formula right now or whatever. But, Finn was like, I can't do that. Not until we get the new test results back. So he sent out a new DNA test or whatever, and he's waiting for those results. But he also came up with a new formula, using all of their DNA, using Chase, Gregory, and Jackie's DNA and stuff. And once he gets the DNA test results back, he's going to do it. But Gregory feels like, nah, just go ahead and do it because he could die. Finn doesn't want to give it to him because he was like, if it's wrong again, he can die. And Gregory feels like we're not about to wait for no DNA test. Just give it to him because he can die without it. You know what I'm saying? So you're saying he could die with it, and Gregory feels like, okay, but he could die without it too. So it's like a lose-lose either way. So he's willing to roll the dice. And I could totally understand that. You know what I mean? Like, you got to do what you got to do. He was like, I'm not about to sit around and wait. I feel bad for Gregory. I feel bad for all of them because it's a jacked up situation and Cyrus made it worse. And, now Peter made it even worse. So hopefully Chase can go through this. I know Gregory, man. Gregory, I like his character. I really do. He's not a mean, vengeful kind of guy because any other dude probably would have, put hands on Finn by now, even if that is his son. You know what I mean? Sleeping with his wife or his soon-to-be wife at the time and possibly knocking her up and all that and turning his son into his grandson. Any other dude probably would have knocked his son the fuck out for that. But Gregory, he handled it with class, and I like that. Not many people would have did that. So I think Gregory definitely could be a mainstay on this show because he cool with me. I'm fine with it. So anyway, this was a pretty good episode. I think that's everything about this episode. But hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about it. I'll see y'all all later. Have a great day. Peace.